Use your difference to make a difference.
We don't stop playing because we grow old. We grow old because we stop playing.
Every story can change the world.
My name is Tsunami, but you will soon see why they call me Slay.
Bubbly, I wear my heart on my sleeve. I'm a character. I'm the guy that brings the joy into the room.
Life will throw you challenges, but it's about how you handle the process that will reveal your true potential.
My journey is to take one Africa to the world.
I'm a tomboy. I like to get down and dirty when I need to.
If you stay ready, you don't have to get ready.
Cover your top before you're born.
Build a team, execute the dream.
I believe sometimes in life you have to create your own opportunity.
My motto in life is simple. Don't worry, be happy.
Hello, welcome back to another episode of African Millennial. Today we have a very interesting topic, and I would love to get all y'all point of views on it. So today's topic is we've been together for 4 years, and he hasn't. Wait. We've been. You good? You good, KMS? All right, cool. So we've been together for 4 years, and he has not proposed. Why? So I'm going to start with the ladies, ladies first. How do you feel being with a man for a couple of years and, let's say 4, and he hasn't proposed? How would you feel?
Oh, that's my homeboy now.
So you friend zone him? Friend zone, okay.
Maybe he don't want to settle down. Not everybody's meant to be married.
Okay, cool.
So maybe you just don't want to be married.
I just feel like just wasting my time. You don't want to be with me. You're just comfortable. The fact that we're just together.
He's been with you for 4 years.
It's not even gonna happen with me. I'm not gonna be with somebody 4 years. Like you will first of all, when you get into a relationship, you will know if the person wants to get married to you. They give you that type of vibe. Yes. Not even the question, it just lets you know, I'm looking for someone right now. I want to see how this goes. And there's some that I just want to go with the flow. Go with the flow. Drop them. That.
Can I interject?
No, we gotta let the girls.
No, I just want to. Okay, go ahead. I'll wait.
No, what were you gonna ask me?
No, what I was gonna say is, it's for all the ladies, do you want to be married to him or do you want to be with him? Which one is it?
So I guess what KMS.
It's the same thing.
No. Because yes, being married, but if you've been together for 4 years. And yeah, of course you want to get married, but you don't have to be married to be happy, do you?
That's what I'm going to say.
I just think.
That's what I'm saying to you.
So why are you asking?
Wait, hold on. I think Lucy wants something to say. She didn't get a chance to speak.
I agree with what you're saying. Sometimes it just depends. You go into a relationship stating what you kind of want out of it. You may not be in the same place you were at after 4 years. You may be like, okay, I think I need some security. Both of you sometimes may need some security, like where are we going from here kind of thing. It's just a discussion you need to have. If he hasn't proposed in 4 years, that is a sign to you, first of all. No. In the sense that that's where you are, right? Because relationships, you should be open. It should be a platform where you can discuss anything. Even after 2 years, you'll be talking about it. I bet you in your relationship, throughout each year, you may discuss marriage, you may discuss a future. And let's say maybe you're not in the right place to get married, but don't pressure a man to marry you if you can tell he's not in the place to be married.
There's no time frame to say when I'm supposed to give anybody a ring. 4 years, 5 years, it doesn't matter.
Hold on.
I think there should be.
Sorry, I'm gonna cut you off. We're in a relationship, right? this is the go with the flow type. We're in a relationship, you know. We're not even in a relationship, by the way. We're just going with the flow. We're going with the flow, you know. We're doing everything, you know, what they do in a relationship, like you're together, and you're having a good time, right? You're having a good time, and then the back of head's like, low key, like, what is this? Like, I really want to know what this is because I don't like wasting my time.
What is wasting your time?
Because I could be out here dating other people. If that makes any sense.
So,
like,
what is the
I'm not saying I want a ring. I'm just saying I need to know what the guy wants from me.
But then it goes back to what Lucy was saying, the open communication. If you have it from the start, then both of you
listen. Even with the communication, the guy will even talk to you, you know, I want to be with you. I like you a lot, you know, let's see where this goes. You can't mess with my, now we're playing mind games.
So YB, he because you know, he's all about going with the flow, you know, a spiritual guy. Honestly feel like when there's no label, even as much as we know that, okay, once there's label, everything changes. And why even think of that? You know, if you truly love the person, you don't even mind putting the label on it, or you don't mind getting married, period. But YB is saying as if like he's not even, like when it comes to relationship, calling boyfriend and girlfriend, he's not even with that. Just go with the flow. Let's see where this goes. That I don't know what that is. Like, are you really telling me that you want to be with me in the future? Or you're just, you know, stringing me along because this is the way you're feeling right now. Like, what is it? What do you want from me? Like, what do you want?
So I think age has a lot to do with it. Where you're at, I mean, a lot of women, let's say after they clock 30, the pressure can start to, like, you know, take a toll on them. And so when you're in a different space of going into dating. It's kind of like, look, this is what I want. This is my 2-year plan, my 3-year plan. Are you on the same page as me? Whereas if I'm 21 and I start dating a guy, and let's say I'm now at 25, then no, if I start dating a guy and I turn 25, let's say I'm ready to get married and he's still not. Those are all conversations I think that you should openly have. It's not about, and I also don't believe women should pressure, like, let me force you to marry me. That's not a good.
So let me wait. Hold on real quick. Let me ask the girls a question real quick. So do you feel like you're willing to give a guy more time if he says wait on him?
If he says to wait?
If a guy's asking me to wait on him, I will ask him to elaborate. I would like to know what I'm waiting on and what will be the end goal. Because, for example, when I take the train in the morning, I wait for the train. I know what I'm waiting for is the train. Now, if you're asking me to wait on you, what am I waiting on? I like to know what I'm waiting on. So I'll ask him to elaborate.
I just think if you're content, it's different. If you're as a woman are content with, like, yeah, I'm ready to wait. I'm not. Marriage is a big commitment, and people sometimes think about just the wedding, the show. It's all a display, but after that, it's just you and him. After you spend a lot of money on a wedding, then what? Were you ready? Then you start to wonder if you were really ready to get married in the first place. I think that whole pressure of marriage, like, it needs to be taken more seriously.
YB asked the question, which was the next question I was really going to ask, is why do people get married?
Yes,
for sure.
For sure. Okay, so you think it's
everybody just get married because I want to get married and make sure that it looks
for the sake
good.
of it.
They want to have the biggest, I want to have the biggest bash. It's ladies turned up. At the end of the day, being together just should be one thing. It's just happiness. That's what we're trying to find, right?
Yeah. So it's just the wedding.
Somebody for a very long time. Why am I bringing conversation up because I want to get married to you? Like, I'm just happy, and I'm going to be happy with you till whenever. Like the people who just stay happy. Why do you want to get married? Why?
Well, the title scare people.
Yeah, what is that title that is so good that we all want to have that? Oh, I'm married.
It's what's trending.
No, marriage been around for years.
So why?
I guess there's a huge chunk of people that go into marriages, and with the whole divorce rates that you see these days, it's like people go into it maybe just, without thinking through it. But there's still a good percentage of people that go into marriage for the right reasons, that they know what they want. They're not trying to treat marriage like it's just some, one issue and that's it.
I said that marriage is like a guarantee. Like, it's like my guaranteed, like a security check or whatever you want to call it. Yeah. That it's never guaranteed.
I know what she's saying. She's trying to say that it's not guaranteed, like, per se, but it's like the same way,
in front of the states and in front of the government and the law and God, and
our friends and family, this is our contract that you are going to be faithful to me and I'm going to be faithful to you for the rest of our lives. And we're going to be together.
Government? Why is the government telling you to?
Because you have to sign this piece of paper. I mean,
if there are things for you to do, let's say for example, you're going to file, if it comes to tax or whatever you want to file, and the government says you need to do it, fine. If that's the case.
But in all honesty,
I don't think.
But not only just that, it's like it. God forbid something. Let's say God forbid something happened. At least your wife would have the authority to stick up for you. You know, sometimes they be like, "You're not married, get out." You know, like you can't. You don't have that.
Co-signing,
It's
co-signers.
You become give me a good scenario right now. Tell me a good scenario. Say this scenario right now.
All right.
Okay, let's say you're in an accident, right? And then it's like God forbid, right? And it's like life and death. Your woman has the choice to decide she could pull the plug.
My brother can do that.
No, the first person is gonna be your wife.
Yeah, they'll choose
unless you have a lot
spouse.
of money and then you didn't write a testimony. What you call it? Those
A
will, exactly.
A will.
And then everything will go to your wife and your kids first. Because that's what happened to Prince. He had nobody. He went to his sister. He had a wife. If he had a wife, you know, everything would go to his wife.
But I want
so
you
it's like somebody.
Even though you don't have you're not married or whatever. Like, but if you still have a will, like, right, I want you to give this person this.
But what if you didn't? What if you didn't? You go to your wife. That's why a wife. You know.
But I mean, if you're doing something,
why don't you believe in marriage?
I think there's been a lot of look that people give marriage now. I don't think that's what it is. I think there's this beautifulness of the wedding, of the process, all that, you know, sweetness, but like it's deeper, just like she said, it's deeper than that. I don't think people understand that concept now. So that creates a lot of, you know.
So just a name.
So for me,
just a name.
I think personally,
call it commitment then. Don't call it marriage.
I think personally, what I understand about marriage is this, and you know, I feel like at the end of the day, we're all striving for happiness. We're trying to be happy with one particular person, right? You can't be with that person, but why? Yeah. I mean, if it comes to the point where we're like going for like 2, 3, 4, 5 years, and it just flows in, and I'm like, you know what? Let me just get married to you, right? It happens, just like people who really wanted to, right? It happens, but. That I don't think that you shouldn't be talking to me.
You're not gonna try to.
You're the guy that goes with the flow.
I think we should just.
If I go with the flow, what's wrong with me?
Go with the flow.
I think go with the flow.
All right, real quick.
Can we just stress that?
Milan, to the question. Together for 4 years and then there's no ring. I just feel like, you know, girls, like, these rocks are super expensive. The rocks are like, these rocks are super expensive. I know these girls like, you know, they want like a $10,000 ring.
Why not?
But no, if you want me to go to 40,
wait.
Every girl would want an expensive rock. You get me? So if you try to get married, you should consider that should be a factor. Like, oh, let me, you know, get the money to like provide the rock. So, and then the rocks are super expensive. So
Before you continue, if it's about the ring, why are you getting married?
Wait, Milan.
Some girls want expensive stuff. Would you? Okay, Lucy.
He don't want to be financially abused. Okay, let's just.
So, would you mind if I go to Fordham and get you a $50 ring?
Because that's what I can afford.
That's what I can afford.
Because that's what you can afford, and I'm in a relationship with you, and I know that's what you can afford, and I know that you're the person I want to end up with. I'll take your $50 ring. No, I've given you the scenario.
Yeah.
I've been with you
a ring
for
should
4
not
years.
base how, you know.
I know all that's in your account. I know what you can afford, and I'm still telling you I want to marry you regardless of if you have zero in your account tomorrow.
About that $50 ring. This is what I said. If I was in a situation where I'm content with my man's finances and that's a relationship that I'm comfortable with and that's what he can afford to give me, then why not? Like, there's a lot of like materialism like surrounding weddings and the pressure of like getting married, and I think that just needs to be booted right from the jump. I mean, why are you dating a girl that's really materialistic or bothered about jewels and fancy things? Because all that, I mean, you're not going to die with that. When there's issues, what are you going to do then? You know, you have to be with someone who can really stand the test of times with you. They can celebrate with you when you're winning and pick you up when, you know, you're losing in any sense, in whatever field that is anyway.
That's you, like, Lucy. That's sometimes like that's how we feel. That's why some of the guys like me, I wouldn't be ready to like unless I can afford
that is true.
$10,000, $5,000. Because I don't want my girl in a $50 ring. Like, yo.
Exactly. Well, that's if you tell me this, like, babe, I don't have money right now.
But wait, real quick. I want to elaborate on what Milan said. The funny thing about the rings is that there's like it was a money scam in the past. Like the origin to the ring, because you're actually partially right. Yeah. In the past, the whole thing with a ring was that people weren't getting married based off of like, oh, propose, give them a ring. There was other ways people proposed. Like the guy would go to the house, knock on the door, ask the father, "Can I marry your daughter?" For free? Huh? No. Sometimes they'll give them. Yeah, you'll give something. Yeah. But at the same.
That's true. Like, what's my ultimate pay that you go and bring $500?
Even at the time.
No, but I'm just saying the ring was a money scam. Like there was a company that made a big deal. Like, hey, if he really loves you, he should put this nice diamond ring on you, and that's how that all started.
We still got to touch
okay, so even and the dowry, even with the dowry, like
it's still money.
It's still money. Like marriage is like, because they want the woman to feel special, like she's been raised by her family.
So would that stop you from proposing?
If I'm not financially stable.
Yeah, you
for 4 years,
I wouldn't think. I'd rather men say that.
I'm honest and agree that I feel like women today, right? This whole ring thing is a big thing. Even with like your peers, your friends, he proposed. Let's see the ring.
Look what he got.
You know, the first picture you post is of the ring. Before even, have you got your nails done? It's what ring did she get? That becomes a topic of discussion, right? And sometimes it's this whole thing of keeping up appearances, and that's what the pressure with like this whole marriage thing is about. But at the end of the day, it's like she has a ring, and sadly I've seen scenarios where girls have even asked to change the ring because they're like, thanks, but change the ring. And I'm like, that doesn't.
They even sell it back.
That will quit. If I bought a girl a ring and she wanted to change it, I'm thinking to myself, so you want to change your ring because it's not big enough, or you just don't like the style? Which one is it? Now, if you don't like the style,
it could be
then that's fair enough. But if you say you want something bigger, well, why would you want something bigger? Why would you?
Wait, who's paying for the bigger ring though?
But sometimes it's not the money
too. That's what I'm saying. I mean, if it's a style, cool, I'm happy with that. But if you want a bigger, okay, let's say for instance, it's a diamond rock. You want no, I want something bigger. Isn't that being ungrateful? That's
ungrateful.
Yes, it is. There's no sugarcoat. It is.
I'm proposing to you. You haven't proposed to me. I've came to you. I've given you the rock.
So you want to wipe your butt too? Like, I don't
Wait, what?
What?
Like you said, you proposed to her and she proposed to you. That's the way it should be.
No. I'm saying.
So should I be grateful and?
No, he's saying that she didn't propose. I came to you.
I came to you. I proposed to you. Right, and then you're saying that you want a bigger rock, and I'm like, so wait, you're saying you want a bigger rock? You're not happy with the rock, so then it brings to my thought process. I'm thinking, so wait there. Do you really want to get married, or do you have a motive?
No, maybe she feel like you don't want to spend a lot for her.
But why is it?
Because it will show your love. Because if you choose, that's when you
wait. It goes back to find out. Why does money have to do with it when it comes to marriage?
Because if you could afford anything else, like a nice car.
But you say money. It's not about.
Because in today's world, it is about money, truly.
But that's where.
But what is it about to you? That's the real question.
Morals and values is two different things, right? If you're talking about financial money for the ring, we want to be together. It doesn't matter how much money you've got. You could be a millionaire and I've got zero money. Then again, now I ain't got zero in my brother. I'm just saying. No, but I'm just saying, it's not about the money. It's about, two people being together and committing. Who cares about the ring or whatever the case is? If I give you a $50 ring, which shouldn't be a problem, I believe that you shouldn't really be ungrateful. At the end of the day, I'm coming to you because I feel that, I love you. I want to spend the rest of my life with you, and you should just accept it for what it is. Now, for you to turn around and say that's not acceptable, you want a bigger rock, I'm like, well, why do you want a bigger rock? I mean, I'm showing unconditional love. It shouldn't be about the ring, should it? I mean, at the end of the day, I'm committing to you and I'm showing I love you, so why does it need to be about the ring?
I think you live in the wrong time, because today, if you bring her a small rock that she have to use like her glasses to look at it, they're gonna be like, girl, what is that? Like, he could have even spent some more money or wait for it. I would be ashamed to even show my ring. I'd be like, yeah, I'm engaged.
This is what I'm saying.
Are you ashamed because you I like it, or because your friends won't like it.
I'm personally ashamed because I don't like it.
Wait.
Okay.
So then,
Because it's too small for my taste.
So who are you getting married for? Your friends, or you want to get married because you want to get married to?
For me to be happy.
So why are you going to be happy for the ring size? That's what I don't understand.
See, this is what I'm saying. I agree with this.
Thank you, baby.
You need a guy like
I need a guy like Milan.
Milan's gonna get you a bigger ring, don't worry.
Wait for 10
Wait,
years
real.
or 25
I'm
years.
okay with that.
The real reason for marriage these days has been displaced, man. If you're telling me about how much my ring should be or what not, like
listen,
that's displacement. You don't acknowledge
If you say I don't have money right now, this is all I could afford, but in 5 years I could definitely give you something bigger. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that, but know my value, know my worth, know that I'm worth than just a little diamond. I'm worth more than that, but that's also. I don't know. Like my man should know me. That's one thing. You need to know your girl and her taste without even her telling you. So I'm very extravagant. I'm over the top. Why is my ring looking ratchet as fuck? Like my ring should not be looking like somebody that, like, it needs to reflect who I am. It needs to reflect us. It needs to reflect our love. And yes, in the way it reflects our bank situation. And if it means that you have to take time to get me there, I'm willing to wait, babe. I'm willing to wait. There's no rush.
So you equate what he values you with a ring?
That's what I'm saying.
Not necessarily, but it just shows appreciation. It shows also a little bit.
There's people who get huge diamonds and still get cheated on, sis.
Remember, they're trophy wives. There's trophy wives.
It shows you're worth a little bit. It means that
you could be a trophy wife.
I think I understand what you're saying.
I know what you mean, but it doesn't. People get cheated on and have everything.
We're not even there yet. I know.
Wait, KMS had a question, right? You had something to say. You forgot it?
I feel like when you truly love someone, there's no question, oh, the label, the marriage. You just
even the money, there's no question.
You even go out of your way to get the most expensive ring. As much like you show that you love this girl.
Yeah, like I'm willing to. When it comes to marriage, it doesn't have to do with just the two of you. It becomes like a whole thing.
Exactly. Everybody married the family, the lifestyle, the culture, everything.
Marriage is deep. And then if you feel like if you're not financially...
But that's why you smack in the back of your head. You ain't got no hair.
That's why your relationship is your training ground to see if you're going to be able to pass that test. Remember you and your test?
Wait, I have something to elaborate on. I'm sorry. Damn, KMS. I have something to elaborate on.
There's no time frame.
And then you find out the ring is fake.
People can propose somebody in 6 months and they'll leave like forever. Somebody can propose to you next 10 years.
Yo, hold that though. You lost it?
Ground, play soccer field, mess you up.
The point is also all talking from a place where we've never been married, never been in that position, I'm guessing. I don't know if anybody here has been in a position where you're about to propose. Oh, really?
She proposed? Because you were like a girl.
Go ahead.
No, she proposed. Explain what happened. What happened?
I'm saying like
I really believe you.
I wouldn't want to like sometimes I wouldn't like guys, I don't know, for me I wouldn't want to get married early or maybe 4 years, 5 years, because sometimes I feel like as soon as I marry you, then it changes everything.
It does.
That's what it's for. That's what it's for.
But one problem I really have is divorce. That word scares the shit out of me.
We're actually going to touch that.
That word scares the crap out of me. And one thing I don't want to do, I don't understand the concept of actually dating somebody, marrying them, and actually like divorcing them. I don't understand that concept. Obviously, if it gets to a point where you guys are like troublesome, it gets to a point like, okay, I can't do it anymore, and you stop. See that concept right there? I don't understand it, so I cannot do it. So the best way not to do it.
But that's like the same way if somebody cheating on you. But why is divorce? Why don't you like divorce at all? Why are you scared of that?
Because I feel like there's a lot of stuff that happens in a marriage, and for example, now me personally, I don't like to be bothered in a way.
So how you gonna be married?
No strings attached.
I'll tell you what.
No strings attached.
I'll tell you, I don't like to be bothered. I don't like to be. I like to just sometimes I want to just be alone. You see, but it gets to a point where something makes you want, because now I'm married. I have to stand up. I'm not married. I can sit down here any day.
Wait, hold on. You have to my point. Go with the flow.
Yeah, definitely go with the flow.
You are going with the flow.
You're going with the flow.
So, Ty, how do you feel about the whole marriage thing? Are you a man? Are you a man to, propose, or are you a man to just go with the flow?
No, I mean, for me, look, I believe in the institution of marriage, so I
I would love to propose.
Institution of marriage.
You don't gotta be politically
that's
correct.
Like,
just say how you
I've heard
feel.
someone say that, like, some people just forget what it is, you know, and they just like, oh yeah, I got married to her. Like what?
Yeah, no, I mean, yeah, it's exactly like what Sydney is saying, and people forget. But for me, I'm the person that, you know, ever since
day one,
I was a kid, you know, you've always thought about the vows you would write, right, to the person. Yeah, I thought about that.
The poem.
Yeah, the poem, and I write that. So for me, it's a big deal. But at the same time, the reason why I was sitting back listening to all this, I honestly understand what YB is saying.
Okay.
Because I know people that have been in relationships for 10 years, and they're not going with the flow. They just both didn't believe that marriage was, it's going to make any difference. That they had kids, they had all
So why
that.
not do it if it's not making any difference?
No, but to them, they
You
thought...
probably think.
No, but to them,
you
they were
probably
fine.
think-
And then people ask them, why don't you marry? Like, we're good.
Yeah, I mean, I full-heartedly believe in the institution of marriage. I want to get married. I can't wait for the day that I get married. But I did get what YB was saying. If you look at example like Oprah Winfrey, who I love, her and Stedman have been together forever, and they haven't been married. But I don't feel like maybe a marriage would validate what they feel like they have already. And to them, they feel like they're enough. And I was just saying, I thought that YB was trying to illustrate that point.
But I think everyone's different, right?
Yeah,
and you don't. I agree with both parties, right? I don't believe that you have to be married to be happy. I don't believe
All right,
that.
so let me ask you guys. Let me ask you guys a quick question. So why do you think guys propose in the first place? Why do you? I mean, I want to ask the fellas because you know.
For me, I feel it's security for the women, so they kind of like know.
So just for us?
Wait. Let me finish.
I ain't gonna lie, I didn't take it like that.
So it's not for you? She's doing it for me?
No, let KMS finish.
In order for me to explain, and for you to understand, I need to finish my sentence.
All right, say what you gotta say.
Jesus. As I was saying, it's my opinion. It's security for the woman and for the male, for her to know that, yo, I want to settle down and commit to yourself, right?
Okay.
I also want to, you know, bring my family and friends, whatever the case is, and I only want to be with you. I want to show you how much I love you, and I want to settle down, I want to start a family, whatever the case is. But it's for both parties. But more or less for me, marriage is kind of a woman's day, not more a male's day.
Wow, go with the flow.
He has a point. He has a point.
What I meant was marriage is it's a woman's thing where it's a woman's day in regards to the woman gets, you know, she has all her bridesmaids, you know, she gets the makeup done. Families come on both sides, but it's more for the women. Even though the men are there, but it's more of a woman's day where, you know, they feel special. You know, whether it's obviously the ring, where they always come to into the occasion, whether the wedding dress, where they're going to go on their honeymoon, whatever the case. So me, personally, I think it's just a woman's day more than the men's day.
I'm saying this go with
The whole marriage for the most part.
They both need to have, you need to go with the flow.
Can I explain? Because when you're going with the flow, it's easier for guys to say it. So when they want to leave, they can leave.
You were never my girl.
No, it's
yeah.
Females can leave too. Females can leave too. But then let's say something happened. Like, you don't want to hear her nag. You go meet another woman somewhere, and then it's just like, okay.
Why is she nagging so much though?
She's not happy.
Wow.
Something that he's not happy, and he's not even willing to try and change himself. Like, it's all about compromise at the end of the day, right?
Very true. Very true.
Okay. And I feel like if you really truly like someone, you would try your best to, like, you know, make them happy. Not make them happy, but as if, like, you know, just trying to understand them. Make effort, you know?
But then it goes back to what Lucy was saying. Marriage back in the day, and marriage it still stands for some people. Marriage is a commitment. It's a long-term thing. You have to keep going at it.
It's not only back in the day, it's even today's world is a commitment.
No, but I'm saying, obviously, back in the day, marriage was more, people had more morals and values that they stood for. Like, divorce didn't come into it. Like today, divorce just like, I'm divorced, just like that.
72 days.
Marriage submissive, and they was taking a lot of shit. Your man would cheat on you, have babies on you, and you still with them.
The day I got crazy, what I knew like this is a big problem was the day I got into this, I think it was a sea chain, and I saw this sign says, when diamonds are not forever, please call. Why are you talking about So I had this special thing for
No, they make money off of divorces. You know? They make money off.
I don't understand the concept of it because I don't like it. I don't know how somebody would spend so much, because I'm more focused on energy, man. I don't understand how somebody will be in a relationship for like 10, 5, 4, 6 years or whatever of being married, and one day they just say we're gonna call it quits. That's a big deal. That's a big thing, man. There's a lot of energy wasted.
They make money off of it.
Yeah, marriage is just vanity now. It's all about who cares.
So is it the marriage or the people that are? Is it the marriage or the people?
Why are you gonna worry about all that? If you truly love someone, I feel like you will propose to them. Like, low-key, I want to be with you forever. You know, and I feel like when guys say I don't want to get married, it's just easier for them to escape. Like, I don't know.
I like that, but at this point, this is what it is. However, if you meet somebody, of course, there's also room for change for that to happen. I'm not saying there's no room for that. Of course, if you meet somebody that's just gonna blow you,
but you just said you just want to be on bother.
Exactly. Right now. This is how I feel, and this is the concept.
So you gotta understand, we are all different, and we all gonna have our problems. You will have your problem, and she might come to you like, "Yo, what is it?" And you will tell her the same way. If she has a problem, she wants you to, do something about it.
I can do that without me saying I'm married to you, though. Hey, I can do that without us saying we. Like I could look out for you.
Yeah, you're right.
That's your homegirl.
Yeah, hello. Right. I can't.
See, there's one thing we're looking for.
Homegirls, homeboy till marriage.
There's one thing we're looking for. I mean, is it crazy?
What are you getting to this relationship for? You have to know why you get into it, and I think so. There got to be this thing of why are we together? That should be the word. See that word together. Why are we even together? What is the point of us being together? You can live your life, live my life, right? But we decide to come together to do something, right? So what is that? Where are we going to? Where are we going to? By us being together and stuff. So we have to define that. And I think that's universal. I think the universal language to that should be just being together. Should just helping somebody grow and just being happy. If somebody's not doing that for you, then
Tyler actually has something to wait. Tyler has something to say.
The one thing, as much look, I'm the guy that would go super romantic, but I just don't want us to dismiss that, because I know people that have done the 11 years thing.
11 years of marriage?
No, 11 years together. The lady didn't believe in marriage. The guy didn't believe in marriage. They discussed that from day one, and to them it was fine. So I think in your situation, you're saying that that's a possibility, that timeline doesn't necessarily go with every single person.
No, I think time frame puts undue pressure on you. I think it was Lucy that has said some people already have the timeline when they're going to get married. I don't know that that's a necessary thing. I think when you know. Some people have done it quicker. Some people have done it a lot longer. I think it's a mutual decision that both of you have to come to, because marriage is a very, very big deal. And it's not something you can just do lightly because you feel like you're missing a perceived timeline. So yeah, take your time and do it when it feels right.
So let's not dismiss when somebody actually comes with something like this to you and say that to you. Don't dismiss it, because it doesn't mean
so in the beginning,
it doesn't mean the person that go with the flow.
So hold up.
You don't like that word. You don't like that word. You don't like that word.
All right. Real quick.
Go ahead.
Now, this is for everybody. Do you fear rejection? Now, rejection in the sense of, do you fear that she's going to reject you, or do you fear that he's just not going to propose? Because in a way, I guess you guys seeing a guy not proposing as rejecting.
I feel rejection for sure. I feel everyone will fear rejection.
Are we scared of it?
But
everyone will fear rejection, but for me, I have to see from a female's perspective that you want to commit and you want to get married. In order for me to make the approach to say, oh, I really want to marry, I want to settle down.
So she have to leave notes on the fridge? I just want to know.
How can I show you? No, but guess what? That's what happens when it goes down to the age bracket. There's different things, right? Me and you are two different ages. There's nothing.
You always say that, and I feel like that's the way for you to make it feel like you're more super-minded.
No. But what I'm saying to you,
talk to you.
But listen to what I just said. I said a woman has to show me certain things where I can commit and know that I want to.
You will know.
Give examples.
No, but let me finish. This is what I'm saying, the age bracket, right? Where
you're the type of person you man of marriage.
Wait, hold on, Akon. You just said, and I quote, what do I have to do? Leave notes. Now, for somebody that would be on a mature level, would not turn around and say, do I need to leave notes? I'm just saying, that's what I'm saying. That's why I say.
So you think I'm not mature? So I'm not mature? Listen, the whole scenario here is we've been together for 4 years. That's already a sign.
Sorry, we're not doing that.
I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about the topic. Don't flash
yourself.
Wow.
Do not flatter yourself.
So basically, the question was the fear of rejection, and earlier you were questioning Francia's maturity, and
By the way, I would like you to apologize for that because you called me mature on camera, so you should apologize on camera.
So I was talking about your actions, what came out, that was immature. It wasn't directly aimed at you. But if you feel that way and the shoe fits, then that's what I'm saying.
No instigating.
I was getting where both of y'all were coming from. You know, like you were saying what kind of signs are you supposed to leave, but I think just everybody has their own idea of what signs shows them, like, you know, this is somebody that I think doesn't mind spending the rest of their life with me. You know, it can be anything. Like, a sign for me. No, but like a sign for me. Like, I think when KMS said a woman shows signs, or someone, your partner, is showing signs of a sign that would make you want to get married to them, he meant like, things that he would think like that would make him think, oh, I want to spend the rest of my life with this person. You know, it can be anything from like you folding his boxers to probably him spending time with your mom every single week faithfully for the past how many years, you know? So everyone has their own different signs. Mine could be like, yo, he really knows how to cook eggs. You know, it could be anything. So I think that's what he meant. And I think what she meant was when you say signs, she wants to know exactly like, us women, when men say things to us, we need to know, because I think y'all have too much code to decipher sometimes. Y'all say something really broad, it would be like, what does that mean? So like, what exactly does that mean?
You know why we have codes? The reason why we have codes is because of you. We don't feel like you can take a certain truth, so we feel like we have to sugarcoat a little bit to, you know, to cater to your feelings. Because
that's how we all die, because I killed both of us. Just tell me the truth.
No. You see, wait. Well, hold up real quick. There's a difference between saying you want it straightforward and for you to actually take it straightforward.
I like it straightforward.
Because
that's how my father is. He's very blunt. However he feels, he let me know. And I want a guy to do the same exact. What do you mean by that? Tell me. What is it?
All right, so y'all communicate that.
Right.
From the beginning. I think the example is, you know, the typical thing where there's a stereotype. So I'm not saying it's true. A lady's pregnant and says, do I look fat? And the guy's like, trap. Don't say that. Yeah. And he's like, no, I'm not. I don't think you look fat.
I'll say it.
And then you say you look fat, and then the lady goes, wait, why do you think I'm fat? And so that's that type of example where he's saying you don't want to take it straightforward. Now that's obviously not you. And
I don't like a guy to let me know if I am looking crazy, if I'm like getting fat.
I'm saying
communication.
That's true. Yeah, that's what I think that somehow seeped into men in general. They're like, oh my goodness, better not say that because I feel like she's gonna think I'm coming to that way.
That's how we are as people. We don't want to hurt people's feelings. Yeah. Like we just.
So there's a question. This is a general question. Why can't women propose? So we're gonna start with.
Crazy.
When I come down.
I think I think some women do propose. There's examples of women that do propose. Yeah.
They call it men
but I think it's the fear of looking desperate sometimes. Like people may label you as you're so desperate. It's not your place to propose. You're thirsty. Come on, let him propose. Like fall back, be the woman in a relationship, and then that all just goes back into how we've been conditioned by society and placing like gender roles and everything.
Basically.
You got something to say, Cindy?
Yeah, no, basically that's what I was gonna say. You know, just from what I don't even know if it's right or wrong nowadays. I think about stuff like that, and I'm like, is it because are women supposed to get proposed to because we're like the main nurturers of the home? But then again, is the guys are the main nurturers or whatever of the home. So it's such an even playing field, but for some reason it's men. I think it's right that men should propose personally, because I think they're usually the ones. I don't even know how to describe it. Like I would need a man to promise me, because I know for the most part women are always there
naturally
for the you know there for it to the end. It's usually the men that you have to. That's why you got to let him propose first, because you got to guys. You know what I mean? Like if the guy isn't ready, nothing is gonna be ready. Like, would I ever propose to a man? Not in this life. I'll propose that he should propose, but I'm just gonna stick with that. Yeah, no.
And I feel like sometimes maybe a woman will propose to a guy maybe when she feels like the guy would probably think he's gonna get rejected. You know, that's the fear of rejection. So let me just, you know,
take the initiative by proposing to him.
I think it's. I think what a woman does is impatience.
No, it's not. Sometimes, like, if you guys have been together for 5 years and then he's not proposing and you know he's financially stable and he has everything set up together and you know you guys are good, then there has to be something. So that's probably a fear of rejection, because like he said, some guys are like, yo, you can be with a woman for like 10 good years, and then when it comes to that, would you marry me? You would start questioning, So that's the thing. That's the thinking.
I think
probably take the initiative.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. I think it's definitely society, though. I mean, if you look at fairy tales, damsel in distress. If you look at olden days and a royal family, you're married off because you're going to get some land, but they basically conditioned the lady to be like, you make sure you have to be submissive. Religion and all that. So
that's true.
The stereotype then becomes the guy is emasculated if a lady did that. Well, you weren't man enough to propose, and then the lady
is looked as desperate, thirsty.
Okay, so now I narrow down.
I don't know. I heard like in India.
No, it's some country in Europe. It's a
they propose to the guys.
It's a country in Europe.
I think, what I was trying to really say, I think it came to mind now. Men take so much longer to mature than women, in my opinion.
That's fact.
And I think by the time when a guy, that could take a long time, but by the time when a guy's like, yo, I want to marry you, it's like, okay, now he's ready. Like us, I feel like us women, we're always with the shits. Like we like, all right, you want to do this? All right. I mean, there's going to be rejection here and there, but for the most part, a woman's always ready.
Real quick, how do you feel about the way society views women, going on when he's proposing to the guy? Like, how do you think society views that?
I think society views it as right. We live in such a patriarchal world. Like, let's just call it what it is. It's catered towards...
Some people don't know what that is.
Okay, it's catered towards males, right? The systems are put in place. I know everybody's laughing. The systems are put in place, and a lot of women have been defined as submissive characters and often not equated as equals, whether it's jobs or opportunities.
I'll use I would say tradition and religion. Especially African tradition, right?
Right. Yeah.
If my dad actually finds out that a woman actually proposed to me and I agreed, I'm telling you, bro. You talk about voodoo from different corners. I'm telling you.
Now they're gonna think of voodoo.
I'm telling you, there'll start being some spirit. They'll say, why we have been doomed.
They'll think it's a voodoo.
We have cooked for you.
Exactly. Yeah,
I'm telling you.
No, but that's a good point.
I mean, my dad is very traditional. I'll put it like that. He's a very, very traditional man. He believes in his tradition and ways, the African way. Of course, man has to be the one to take that kind of step. So yes, my father finds out that a woman is proposing to me. The kind of prayer that he will fire, I can't even, days I'm fasting and prayer will follow me that day. So, but yeah, it's just because it's very traditional. It has that concept of it. But me personally, I think I'll also like to be the one to actually like to propose to a female if I tell you, say I am married.
No, but that's a good point.
Religion too, Adam and Eve and the whole, the whole concept.
No, but that's a good point. But the point I was trying to make it simple, so I won't use patriarchal. I think
you should use that word. Go ahead.
Okay. Go ahead. I think society always views women as people that need to be saved, and a man will ride up in the sunset and come save you and make you whole. And so society views that as like, yes, that's the man's job. You're supposed to go and take that lady and make her understand.
So that goes back to back to the whole gender role thing.
Gender roles,
but
patriarchy.
Now about your own path, man.
But to the woman though, because this also comes with another question that's directed to you guys. Like, would you propose, and how do you feel about society and their views on women proposing?
Would I propose? Hell to the no. I might propose that he should propose. But the phrase propose to propose is me basically saying, like, throw the bug in his ear. Like, I think you should ask me to marry you. I think you should want to, I think we should, because I mean, if I'm throwing the line, Just waiting for you to catch the bait. That's all I could do. If you ain't biting the bait, I'm moving on.
That actually makes sense. Can that be a thing? No, that gotta be. Yeah.
You know what? That should be a thing.
Like
that should be a thing.
Propose before the proposal
to you, so you can propose. To
to trademark that shit right
go
there.
ahead. In Australia.
I'm a giant. I'm tall. Dating a short guy is like, ooh, I don't know. How does this look? Me kneeling down. Is it
eye to eye? Y'all gonna see eye to eye? So what?
No, it's just that. So who am I? Am I a man? Like.
Why are you dating in the first baby shots? Yeah, right.
Well, let's just say
it's not about it. It's not.
Let's say
about it. I'm trying to like compare the two, because like okay, I'm already looking like somebody dominant in a relationship because I'm tall. Now for me to kneel down, to kneel down and ask. No, I can't do it.
Listen, I feel like people, when they see me, I'm already the dominant type, so me kneeling down, it's like I'm a man in a relationship. It's just, I can't do it. I need the guy to show me how much he is a macho man. He's ready to take care of me. I'm alive. I know I'm alive. So everything that I have, I want him to kneel down. You know, like I want to feel like a queen. You know, I don't want to feel like a peasant. I'm just like begging. No, I'm sorry, I can't do it.
I can't. You don't
even have to kneel down. Me, no, I'm not doing it.
Is that an ego thing? Do you think it's ego? Do you think it's pride? Yeah, pride. Yeah, you think it's ego? So the same reason why guys don't. Yeah, I'm saying. Yeah, that's exactly. You think it's the same reason?
But guys are expected to not females.
What if he has on a romper?
What? I mean, we living in a generation where men will get pregnant these days, right?
Yo,
that's what we're living in, right?
But I'm not kneeling down for nobody. I'm sorry.
Francia,
Where did kneeling down come from? Do you have to kneel down?
Because it's what's been happening for how many years, so we just follow.
And I think it's symbolized as like I don't want to say begging, but like humbling in a way.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm like, coming before you.
Prostrate. Oh yeah.
Prostrate, yes. Like, you're getting on. I would demonstrate, but this isn't my way. But
would you propose to a guy?
I don't think so. I don't think I propose. I don't want to knock any women that have, and I know a woman that's proposed and their relationship is really great. They're married, happy, everything.
See, example, proposed.
She proposed and they're happy and everything's great. But then, I just personally, it's just not something I think I would do. I think society tends to label women who propose as thirsty, desperate, impatient. Yeah, it's not, and I think that's, personally, I wouldn't propose, but I don't knock women that do it. If I've seen relationships where women have proposed and they're just fine, and kudos to those women. Like, if I could apply that level of guts into the different areas of my life, man, I'll do it. But I just think society tends to knock women down or make it some sort of trend when a woman has proposed to a man, and yeah, that's just all those just fall into like gender constructs that society has put us in, like pigeonholed us into.
I wouldn't.
Why wouldn't you propose to him?
Because
Would you propose that he proposed? Would you?
Probably.
She's a queen.
You will leave clues. You will leave clues, though. You said that.
You said what?
You're gonna leave some clues, so that'll be the proposition.
No, see, because then you'll think I'm immature if I leave clues. So I don't want to leave no clues in this race.
I'm gonna take you on the
show. Why wouldn't you propose?
Yeah. That's why I don't want to be married. That's one. Okay. But even if I wanted to be married, I would not propose because it would look like exactly like I'm being desperate, or
you would feel that
you're being desperate. I would feel like I'm being desperate, and I feel like he doesn't want to be married to me because I'm the one proposing to be together. So it means that he's not even there. He doesn't want it. So even if he says yes down the line, it will not work because I always think like, I proposed to him. Like, I want to make this work so much, and he doesn't put as much effort that I'm doing. So
do you think that's because of the way society sees men, and do you think that sometimes men, I was just speaking for myself, sometimes we need Tips. If you leave tips, okay. I feel like
hints.
Sometimes hints. Yeah, I feel like sometimes guys we need hints. So
that's what I was asking earlier. What kind of hints?
It's a little thing.
Okay,
but she has a very good question. I don't understand why.
Because
what kind of hints? You gotta give an example. Stop saying hints. Example.
Let me show you. Remember when? All right. You know, I say I don't date, right?
Yeah.
Because I don't. It's like if I start dating, you remember I was like, oh, I'm gonna pace it now because I used to just do everything in the beginning. Oh, I should cook for you. Oh, I'll wash your dishes, do your laundry, walk your cat.
Sounds nice.
Love is hard.
Walk your cat, whatever.
And I don't gotta marry you.
But you know, like,
why not?
you have to pace yourself on as to how you're gonna show a guy like, look, this is getting deep. Okay, it's getting deeper. You know. So I guess it's all about how you pace yourself in a relationship that you just show the clues. If he looks like somebody you want to get married to, I mean, if he is someone you want to get married to, you feel, you know, eventually you're going to start doing certain things like, let's say, bringing him close as to where he feels like, you know, it's something that you do to show
to me. See, I'm I like straight to the point.
No, I'm getting there. It's something that you do to show somebody that you want them to really be there. Like, it can be anything. You might, you're going to come up with it on your own.
Like, the thing that I think is 4 years. Why no ring? That's the topic, right? That's Okay, so we're talking about 4 years, not 1 year, not 2 months.
All right, so
we're talking about 4 years. If that alone is not a hint that I want to be together with you for a long time.
How about this?
How about me leaving clues shows, you know, I'm desperate.
No. You don't. No. Real quick.
You can date someone for 4 years and never met your parents. You know, like certain things.
I mean, personally, for me, I want to marry. But I'm just saying, for people out there.
A good clue is the things you don't do. Let me just put it like that. Meaning that if he asks you to move in with him, and you say no, I'm only gonna live with my husband.
That's a clue.
That's a clue there. I'm not saying that, oh, marry me, but even as simple as sex. Oh, I'm only leaving sex for my husband. That right there, that is a clear.
And I agree to that. Even saying I'm gonna have kids when I'm married. Things like that.
The stuff
that's me. If we cross the 1 year, you know, mark, and we did holidays, everything together, and we've been together for 4 years, I don't know what much like I need to do for you to know that I want to be with you. Like, it means that I'm in this for the long run, and I love you, I care for you, I'm willing to deal with all your baggages, and I'm sure he probably have a lot that I'm gonna have to carry with me. So if I'm willing to do that, that shows that I'm to be wife, right? But then that's not really me. Like, I don't want to be wife right now. Like, no, I want to keep my body like it's looking, keep my life like it's looking. I like the way I met, but I'm just saying 4 years shows that she's interested in being a, you know, your wife.
It's something that YB said, and you know, I kind of feel the same way too. Do you feel like the divorce rate contributes to like the fear of
course.
Okay.
What are you talking about?
Tell him what he's talking about. Tell him.
Why are you angry? Give why? I'm not angry. There's no reason for me to be angry. I don't get upset. But of course, man, it's too much. It's a lot. I've seen a lot. It's crazy. You know, and the funny part, the part that actually give me the killing is, you know, with me, like the killing, it's like the bell now, African killing. It's the part that, you know, everything is good, 6 months, 1 year, everything is so sweet. You would say, these people get married, they will marry for life. They're going to like 90, 100. Let's say 4 years, 5 years, it's so sweet, it's so good, right? Sure. Once that marriage just clicks in, boop,
that's
it. Something, I don't know if there's a mental thing that happens or something. Everybody's just like, you know, before you know, 2 years into the marriage now, like, we're gonna divorce.
See, that's your brain.
That is invested energy, bro. That's invested time, invested thing. Now you have to quit that now. Let me go and try with the next person. Now you start the process is so heavy.
That's not even love.
It's such a heavy process that I think we put in a lot of energy into, and it's crazy if it doesn't.
So divorce scares you.
So not divorce scares me. I just think it's too much.
I think the fear.
Nothing scares me. It's just, I think.
Go ahead. You know, we talking. I mean, it's like so sweet when you're in a relationship and everything is going fine. You know, we all for that. And it's even a different thing when you actually break up with somebody, when you actually just be in a relationship, boyfriend, girlfriend, than you breaking up when you're actually married. First of all, even the first one we all cry about it every day. It creates this kind of emotion, insecurities in our head and whatever, right? Then imagine you actually marrying somebody for a long time. Then let's say, for example, you have kids, and one day you see the sign 1-800 divorce, and you go and call it, and you divorce. It's a big thing for me. So I don't understand that concept.
Right, bro. So I think the fear of divorce has to do with like experience. Because some people growing up have watched their parents like
that too.
That is
so
discouraging.
it puts a fear in you like, yo, this is not worth it. Like I've gone through a phase where I've seen mom and dad fighting all the time, and then they got separated, and now they're doing good, just not being married. So I don't want to like grow up going through the same thing. So so sometimes it's experience. I don't know if that's your case, but then it's like, chill, boy.
Oh,
I like it.
He's a man.
I'm sorry, because he was honestly the divorce thing, like it's very sensitive to him. So I don't know if that's a factor. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because that's a lot of factors. For
Yeah, he's so passionate about it. Yeah,
I agree, but then I will also believe it's kind of a mental blockage. There's a saying, cat and dog don't have the same luck. Just because whether your parents went through that doesn't mean that you're going to go through the same thing. But then at the end of the day, don't forget, it's a risk. Nothing is guaranteed, whether you go for a marriage or whatever the case is. Nothing's guaranteed. But I just believe people are quicker to file for divorce instead of trying to work it out. There's loads of things that you can do to try and work a marriage out. One of the biggest things is just open communication. It's just having that there. And from when you have that there, it would be much better than not having the communication. There's counseling, there's other ways you can do it, but people don't want that now. They want the quick fix.
Right.
No, I don't want you no more divorce and go find somebody else.
Exactly.
And that's what everyone's doing.
But you have to understand that there's a lot of things that cause divorces. A lot of things. Because some things are almost unfixable.
Yeah, but the communication has to be there. If the communication is there and it's open to a degree, divorce won't be as much as it is.
So what's the biggest thing that? What's the biggest?
What kind of communication? But in order for two people to be together, there has to be communication. If you're not telling me I'm doing something wrong, I'm gonna keep doing it.
Right.
That's one example.
What do you mean if I don't tell you you do something?
If I do something that pees you up. Sorry, let me take this. For instance, if I'm doing something in a relationship, if we're in a relationship, that's not working. If we're in a relationship, right?
You can just say without saying you're in a relationship, right?
Keep saying.
No, let me explain this now. I can't do it. So anyway, I'm saying if we're in a relationship and you're not telling me what I'm doing wrong. If I'm doing something to get on your nerves and you don't tell me, I'm going to keep doing it, even though it's bothering you. That's just one example. So in order for me to know I'm getting on your nerves or that's bugging you or I'm not doing enough, the communication has to be there.
But some people are set in their ways. You have to remember that.
But guess what? It goes back to the point where we're saying that if you are setting your ways and you're getting married, it's a 50-50 thing. You can't put 60 and you put 40 in. No, that's not going to work. Right. It's a give and take. Right. You have to commit and you have to be open to communication in order for it to work.
Hold on. Communication is not. I think you use it communication as this. I know communication is big.
No, it's very big.
I think it's big. Yeah, but like there are crazy bigger factors.
No, I'm not saying that's the only factor.
I'm just saying
lack of communication.
Yeah.
What?
The crazy bigger factors you're talking about, are they caused by a lack of communication?
That's what it is. That's what leads to it.
What about infidelity though? Infidelity is one that's an irreconcilable.
It doesn't lack of communication.
That could just
what does communication have to do with that?
Everything. Because you're not happy in your marriage, you're gonna step out. You should communicate about what you're not happy about.
No, but
or even when you do cheat, you don't even express that you cheat the first time. You keep it as a secret.
What about abuse?
That's communication.
Right.
Well, on that note, we said a lot, we covered a lot. Some of y'all agreed 4 years is too soon. Some of y'all agree 4 years is the right time, or you need more time. But basically, I would like to get you guys' final thoughts on the whole married thing, the whole marriage thing. Your final thoughts, how you feel. Any advice to the good people at home watching? We're gonna start with Tayo.
Man, I just want to say I believe in marriage. I can't wait for the day to walk down the aisle.
We invited?
And then y'all invited.
Okay, cool.
And then most likely tears in my eyes watching her father give her away and me saying how I feel deeply about her.
Are you gonna?
I could be if that means I'm soft. I'm worried about softness all over.
You
better cry for that girl, man. I'm gonna be soft for that girl. I'm gonna be soft for her. So for me, I believe in that, and I can't wait for that day. And that's mad cheesy, but it's still the way I feel. It's still the way I feel. So yeah, I think
Where it talks.
I don't know.
Are you gonna let him talk?
But so I think it's something that I hope doesn't go away. I don't think our generation is gonna take it away.
Hey, pray on it.
I really don't think our generation is gonna take away from it, and and it's something that I hope my next relationship or next couple of relationships do understand about me as a person, that I hope it does lead to marriage. So that's my feeling on that.
KMS, agreed.
I would say final thoughts would be try and get to know the person as good as possible, because they're going to allow you to see a character that they want you to see. Be happy, enjoy the moments, longevity. Try and have the open communication, and it's never going to be easy, you know. It's a journey, and it's a lifelong journey. It's being committed and staying together and working through the troubles. So, like I said, once again, be happy and just work through it. And just smile and live life. That's my message.
Yeah, man.
My message is, I know we all know, like, at some point in life, like, marriage is very important, right? But then we shouldn't feel pressured. Like, don't feel pressured, especially in the African community or African homes. When you turn 25, it's like they'll start giving you that, that hints, like, you should be in your marriage, your husband's house by now. Adi, what are you doing? You are still sleeping. You should have been, all your friends are getting married. If you were in Nigeria by now, you should have been. Nah, don't let that make you want to get into marriage. If it's gonna take you 10 years, 20 years to like find the right girl, just chill. Just wait till you find the one and then get married. Don't listen to nobody.
Yeah, because happiness is like the last key of what we're looking for. I mean, that's what we're looking for, man. That's it. I have no. It's like
the goal is happiness.
Yeah, man. I genuinely just think that if people were happy, everything will fall in place somehow, some way. But it shouldn't be something where we, always trying to see. I think 2 years from now, 4 years, 5, I want to get married. No, shouldn't be a thing where you even
just go with the flow.
Basically,
it's okay.
It's okay. Go with the flow.
Everybody said the same thing too. Can I say the same thing too?
I just want you to own up to it. I want you to
let's move on to the ladies. You guys gave some good points. Sydney Love, how do you feel? Final thoughts?
My final thoughts. I don't date. You see, don't force yourself because time is ticking. I'm gonna tell you the truth, and I hope they watching. I blocked all my family on WhatsApp. Fuck out of here! Please don't ask me when I'm getting married. Like, no, where's my husband? No, don't ask me stuff like that. It's so rude, and it's not about because we in America. Like, people are dealing with depression. People are dealing with so many issues financially, mentally, and then you will be asking the person, why haven't they found someone to marry? Like, how insulting. Like, people need to chill. Don't do that to someone. You don't know what someone is going through. Like, so yeah, mind your business. Don't rush yourself to get married because of any time. I mean, if you want to have a baby, if you're really into it, go ahead, but marriage is so deep, and try if you can, know why you're getting married, not because you see other people doing it, and not because of the ring and stuff like that. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't even know why I would get married at this point, because this is unless we go into my village, it's gonna be something special. It's just kind of weird now. I mean, take your time. That's all I can say. Like, if y'all on the same page, cool, but don't force it. Don't rush it. 4 years, 4 months, 4 weeks, 4 minutes. Who cares? Be ready.
That's right. I don't know. I would say, like, really be in a relationship and just be authentic and genuine. Don't even think about it. The minute you start thinking about, I think in 4 years you need to get married, that's where, the pressure gets in, and then the fear gets in, and you guys forget why you are together in the first place. So definitely, be in it and let it
flow.
Let it go. Wow. Let it go.
I really feel like that's what you wanted to say.
And let it go. And let it go. And then that's where the beauty of it, what happens when you don't even think about it, and then he pops a question and you're so surprised because you wasn't even thinking about being married. And then You like so happy, and that makes it a true moment. When you plan fine, trying to organize it and trying to change it, is where it's not real anymore. And that's where divorce comes in, and that's where all the issues that you guys never dealt with before start to appear. Yeah. So just really love that person, treat for who they are. If it means 10 years, 12 years, and people asking questions, block them, you know, hide them in your truck, like do something so you don't have to deal with them. You don't have to deal with them and just be a bad partner.
Hide them in the truck.
All right.
Something so they could be.
I get what she's saying. Like I feel like when you put too much energy onto something, it may not happen. Right. You know, all you think about, oh, when I'm gonna get married, so and so, it may not work. But for me, well, I don't know if I'm speaking for, we all have been hurt many times, and we all have trust issues and all of that. And this is why I'm like, oh, I don't know if marriages really exist or would even exist in the future. But deep down inside, I would love to get married. I love love. Like I love to be loved. I don't know.
That's nice.
Yeah.
You know,
Lucy, administrator.
No, don't do that. No, like just to be positive. That's for me. I'll just I just go with the flow. You know, and I know God will provide, you know, someone for me, who's for me. So I'm not in no rush. So, and I'm just worried about myself, you know, work on myself, try to remain happy, you know.
And be a bad bitch.
You know what I'm saying? That's it. So, yeah.
I agree with Nostrea. Like, everything in God's timing. Don't be a contributor to the pressures that come with that, even just as us, we're single or in relationships. And then don't give in to those pressures. And I think just being your organic self, or letting a relationship flourish organically, then I guess you'll find all the answers, and you might not find yourself asking all these questions. But also I think knowing yourself. Before you talk about joining to be with somebody else, do you know yourself well enough? Do you think you're going to be able to tolerate some of the things? Do you think you're going to be able to take some of the things before you claim that you're in the best shape to be in a union with someone for life? So I think it's just learning yourself, studying yourself, and making sure you don't get clouded in what marriage is.
Like I said, we have covered a lot, and you guys gave amazing points. And I guess just to summarize everything is no pressure in a relationship, but also be mindful of the time.
Block people on WhatsApp.
Block them on WhatsApp, Instagram, Facebook, MySpace, whatever you feel like. High five, go ahead, yeah. Emails, yeah. So
you say block all of them?
I mean, I'm not saying that, they saying that, but yeah, basically, yeah, be mindful of the time.
But if you want to get married in the village, you're not going to call those uncles to come and...
You didn't have Facebook.
Facebook Live, I guess. Yeah, just be very mindful of the time. Do not waste the next person's time, whether you're a guy or a girl.
It's too much energy.
Go into the relationship knowing what each other want. Talk about it. If you want kids, talk about it. If you want to be married, talk about it. Don't hide no information or desires from your loved one, because that's where everything starts to stumble. So, thank you guys. We had a great show. Yeah, man. Yeah, clap it up.
Thanks for watching. And if you liked this episode, don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. See you next time.